Okay, so like imagine, right, you're just scrolling on your iPhone, but it's not just like, the usual social media stuff.
Yeah.
You're actually getting like a full-on health analysis, right, from your Apple Watch data.
Wow.
Sounds kind of sci-fi, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Well, get this. Our deep dive today is all about Apple's
Oh,
$500 billion investment plan
wow. That's
that could make all this a reality.
500 billion.
Yeah, 500 billion. That's more than some countries' GDPs. Like, it's crazy.
That's a lot of money.
It is. And we're going deep into this article that breaks it all down. Like,
Right.
what's in this plan? Why is Apple making such a huge move, and what it can mean for, us, the everyday users?
Fascinating. The article really highlights a shift in Apple's strategy, right?
Absolutely.
This isn't just about selling more iPhones anymore.
Right.
It's about, like, dominating the future of tech.
Yeah, and that future seems to be all about three, big things. Research and development, or R&D as the cool kids call it.
Right.
Sustainability, and then, going global, expanding their reach.
Makes sense.
But let's start with the R&D,
Right.
because, oh boy, this is where things get, really interesting.
Right.
The article mentions that Apple's, laser focused on AI, augmented reality, and, you guessed it, those health tech innovations we were talking about.
So they're looking beyond hardware then.
Oh, yeah, big time.
Interesting. Investing in the software and platforms of the future.
Exactly. And with AI,
Yeah.
I think we're going to see Apple, push the boundaries of machine learning.
Like how so?
Think about a Siri that doesn't just, understand your commands. It actually, anticipates your needs.
Wow.
And then there's AR.
Yeah.
Their investment in those AR glasses
Right.
could be a total game changer.
Really change how we interact with, information and entertainment.
Okay, so wait, hold on. I just want to, make sure I get this. We're talking about AR glasses replacing our computer screens.
Potentially, yeah.
Our TVs, anything with a display, basically.
That's the idea. And Apple's in a unique position, right, to create a whole ecosystem around this.
An ecosystem, huh?
Yeah, think of seamless integration with their devices. Developer tools that encourage people to create these mind-blowing AR apps.
Right.
And of course, Apple's got to have that signature user-friendly design.
Makes sense.
They could make AR something everyone uses, not just techies.
That's a big if, though, right?
Yeah.
We've seen other companies try to make AR mainstream, and it hasn't really, taken off.
True, but Apple has this history of, taking existing tech and perfecting it, making it both, desirable and easy to use.
Like the iPod.
Exactly, the iPhone, the Apple Watch.
They all faced, skepticism at first.
Yeah.
But Apple somehow always manages to, change the game. Okay, I'm almost convinced. But, let's talk about the why behind this massive investment. The article mentioned that they've got, a mountain of cash just sitting around.
Yo.
Over $200 billion in reserves.
It's loud.
So, why go all in now? What's the rush?
I think it's a strategic move, plain and simple.
Okay.
Think about the tech world right now. Google's pushing AI boundaries. Microsoft's making strides in cloud computing.
Right.
Amazon's dominating e-commerce.
Yeah.
Apple needs to stay ahead, and this investment is how they're going to do it.
So it's they're saying we're in it to win it,
Yeah.
and these technologies are going to define the future.
Exactly. And if they're right, the payoff is huge.
Huge.
Not just in profits, but reshaping industries, changing how we live our lives.
Okay, so how does this all connect back to our listeners?
Right.
To someone who's thinking, okay, cool tech, but what's in it for me?
Think about healthcare, right? If Apple can actually create these AI-powered health monitoring tools, early disease detection could be the norm.
Wow.
Imagine your iPhone, warning you about a health risk before you even feel sick.
Okay, that's both really exciting and kind of freaky.
Yeah.
But I see your point. This isn't just about fancy gadgets. It's about life-changing advancements.
Exactly. And this is just the tip of the iceberg, really.
Oh, there's more.
Yeah. Apple's focus on sustainability, for example.
Okay.
That's another big piece of this investment.
So their green initiatives. Okay, let's dive into that next time.
Sounds good.
We'll unpack all of Apple's green plans.
Right.
And how those could change the game for the whole tech industry.
Looking forward to it.
Stay tuned.
And we're back, diving even deeper into Apple's $500 billion investment plan.
Right before we, well, not really a commercial break since this is, your own personal deep dive.
Yeah.
We were talking about some pretty wild possibilities,
We were.
like AI predicting health issues and
Mm.
AR glasses, like replacing our screens.
Those were definitely some highlights.
For sure, but Apple's plan goes way beyond just those cool gadgets.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
The article really digs into their uh, commitment to sustainability as like a core part of this investment.
Right. That's a key takeaway.
Okay, so let's unpack that a little.
Okay.
What are they actually doing on the sustainability front? It's got to be more than just planting a few trees, right?
It's way more comprehensive than that.
Okay, so like what exactly?
Their goal is to be 100% carbon neutral.
Wow.
Across their entire supply chain.
Their whole supply chain.
Yeah, by 2030.
Okay, that's a pretty big goal.
It is a massive undertaking.
So how do they even plan on achieving that? Like we're talking about a global network of suppliers and manufacturers here.
You're right. It's a complex web.
Super complex.
But the article does outline some strategies.
Okay, like what?
Well, they're investing heavily in renewable energy sources for their manufacturing.
Makes sense.
Working closely with suppliers to reduce their impact, and even redesigning their products with sustainability in mind.
So it's not just about like offsetting emissions after the fact. It's about changing how their products are made and used from the ground up.
Precisely, a more holistic approach.
And that seems like a smart move, not just for the environment, but for their business too, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Like consumers are demanding sustainable products more and more these days.
They are, and this could be a big differentiator for Apple, attracting those eco-conscious consumers and investors.
And let's be real, if a company as big as Apple is serious about sustainability, it could push the whole tech industry in the right direction.
It could set a new standard, definitely.
So we've got the R&D, the sustainability. What's the third piece of this investment puzzle?
Ah, yes, global expansion.
Global expansion, okay.
The article points to emerging markets as a huge growth opportunity for Apple.
Right.
So a big chunk of this investment is going towards increasing their presence worldwide.
So we're talking more than just like opening some new Apple stores in a few countries.
Way more than that.
Okay, like what?
Building infrastructure, setting up regional manufacturing hubs, partnering with local businesses, even tailoring their products and services to different cultures.
That's a lot.
It's a multifaceted approach.
For sure. But expanding into new markets can be tricky, right?
It definitely has its challenges.
I mean, different cultures, regulations, logistics.
All potential hurdles, yeah.
Definitely hurdles.
But the rewards could be huge if they can navigate those complexities successfully.
So it's like a calculated risk.
I think that's a good way to put it.
A gamble with potentially high stakes.
High stakes, high rewards.
And that brings us back to like the big question. What does this all mean for the everyday consumer?
Right. The people who'll be using this tech.
Exactly. If Apple pulls all of this off, what will the world even look like in 10, 20 years?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
A $500 billion question, maybe?
Maybe even more than that. But let's try to paint a picture of that future, shall we?
Sounds good to me. Let's keep diving. All right, so we're back for the final part of our deep dive into Apple's massive investment plan.
It really has been quite the journey, hasn't it?
It has. We've covered a lot of ground.
From AI-powered iPhones to sustainable supply chains.
Right, and even like venturing into those new global markets.
Exactly, but I think amidst all these grand plans and technological advancements, we need to consider one crucial aspect.
Okay, I'm all ears. What crucial aspect are we missing?
The human element.
The human element, right.
How will this impact people's lives, both in the tech industry and beyond?
Yeah, the actual people who will be designing these technologies, building them, using them.
Exactly. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of all the new tech, but we can't forget about the human stories.
Right, the human stories at the heart of it all. So how does that human element play into Apple's vision?
Well, for starters, the article highlights the potential for, massive job creation.
Okay, jobs, yeah.
This investment could generate thousands of jobs worldwide.
Wow, worldwide.
In all sorts of fields, engineering, manufacturing, software development.
So that's like a huge boost to the global economy, right?
Absolutely. It could provide opportunities for individuals and communities to thrive.
I like that, opportunities to thrive.
But it goes beyond just numbers on a spreadsheet, right?
Beyond the numbers.
It's about empowering people with new skills.
Yeah.
Fostering creativity and innovation. and, making the tech landscape more inclusive.
Yeah, making sure that everyone benefits from these advancements, not just a select few.
Exactly. Creating a future where technology serves humanity.
Not the other way around.
Right.
And that future could be pretty amazing, especially if Apple's vision becomes reality.
It could be. Think about what we discussed before.
Like AI predicting health issues.
Yeah. Or AR completely transforming how we interact with the world.
It's like something straight out of a sci-fi movie.
It does feel that way sometimes.
Yeah. But with Apple's track record of making the impossible possible, it doesn't feel so far-fetched anymore.
It's exciting, but as with any major shift, there will be challenges.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Questions that need answering.
Absolutely. We need to be mindful of unintended consequences.
Yeah.
Make sure privacy and security are top priorities.
Very important.
And work towards a future where technology is used ethically and responsibly.
Those are crucial considerations.
Yeah.
And that's where, the consumer comes in.
The consumer, right.
You have a voice in all of this.
Oh, so what can the average person do? How can we make a difference in all of this?
By staying informed, asking the right questions, and supporting companies that, share your values, demand transparency, advocate for responsible development, make conscious choices about the technology you choose to embrace.
So it's not just about, sitting back and watching all this happen.
Nope.
It's about actively participating in shaping the future.
That's the key takeaway here. So that brings us to the end of our deep dive.
Wow, time flies when you're having fun, right?
It does.
We explored Apple's motivations, the potential, the challenges, the human stories behind it all.
And I think we've given you a pretty good foundation to understand what Apple's doing.
Yeah, the magnitude of it all.
And the impact it could have on everyone.
So as we wrap up, I just want to leave you with this thought. Apple's $500 billion gamble is a bet on the future. And the outcome, well, it's uncertain. But by staying engaged, by asking tough questions, by demanding responsible innovation, we can all help shape that future. We can make it a future for the better.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Keep exploring, keep asking those tough questions, and keep shaping that future.
Until next time, keep diving deep, and remember, the future is ours to